Welcome back to Flex Yoga. My name is Daphna. Today we are in beautiful Nicaragua and we are practicing a lovely grounding flow. So this class is more full length. We'll be exploring a lot of different kind of balancing postures, a lot of postures that are targeted in the hips and in the hamstrings to help us feel a little bit more grounded and a little bit more connected to the earth. I won't be practicing with blocks, but if you know that you like having blocks by your side in your practice, then please go ahead and grab them. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable child's pose. So for your child's pose, you can decide how close you want the knees, how far you want the knees, how comfortable it is for you to keep your feet close together or apart. It's totally up to you how you want to set yourself up in your child's pose. However, we will be reaching the arms forward and resting the forehead down onto the ground here. So just give yourself a moment to settle in and to get comfy, allowing the hips to settle towards the heels, allowing the forehead to rest easily and heavily on the mat. And we'll start with a couple of cleansing breaths. So take a nice big inhale from the nose and a big sigh out through the mouth. A deep breath in from the nose. A big sigh out through the mouth. And keep that going another 2 times, noticing how the belly kind of presses against the thighs every time that you inhale. And noticing how the sits bones soften and fall towards the heels with every exhale. Noticing how gravity becomes maybe a little bit heavier with every one of those exhales. And how every one of those inhales allows you to become a little bit more present in the body and a little bit more aware of the depth, the quality, and the texture of your breath. Start to activate into the arms, push down through the palms of the hands, and feel your elbows lift off of the mat here. We'll start to feel the shoulders, the triceps, and the biceps activate. Walk your hands an inch further forward, feeling the sides of the waist lengthen and feeling the shoulders start to open up here. We'll take a big breath in where we are. Exhale, begin to walk your hands over towards the left, stacking the right palm over the left and allowing the side of the waist to lengthen. Breathe into the right rib cage, into that right lung, as though you can isolate the breath into that side. And exhale, allow your right side just to feel a really nice stretch, deepening into that side body. Inhale, walk the hands through center. Exhale, walk them over towards the right. This time, left hand can stack over the right if that's what you did on the first side. Breathe into that left lung, into that left rib cage, feeling the left side body expand. And with the exhale, notice how that side body settles into the stretch. With your next inhale, walk your hands back through center. You'll keep your left hand forward, stretch the right arm back towards the right ankle. Starting to kind of rise up with your inhale, round through the spine, lift your hips off of your heels as you drag that right hand forward and all the way up. Exhale, lower the hips as you reach the hand back. So we'll take these circles another 2 times. With your inhale, round through the spine as you drag the right hand forward and up. Exhale, lower the hips as you reach the right hand back. And once more, inhale to drag the hand as you lift the hips. Exhale to send it all the way back. With the next inhale, we'll drag the hand as we reach it all the way forward. Exhale, half puppy. The right hand reaches all the way out in front of you. Keep your left hand where it is. Look over your left shoulder as you rest the right side of the head, the right cheek, the right ear on the mat. So your left arm can do whatever feels good here. If it feels good to rest the forearm on the ground, do that. Otherwise, you can just keep the palm of the left hand down on the mat. You should feel a really nice stretch in the right shoulder and in the right side of the body, maybe even in the right side of the neck. And we'll breathe here for just another 2. Really good. Let's take one more big breath in. Beautiful. Push down into the left hand as you inhale. Exhale, drag the right hand through, coming into tabletop. Rinsing it out with one cat-cow. So with your inhale, cow pose, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat as you round through the spine, push the ground away, tuck your chin to your chest. Keep that rounded spine as you inhale. Slowly sink the hips back into that child's pose, sliding the fingers a little further forward to keep the sides of the waist long. Going straight into the left side, your left arm will stretch all the way back towards your left ankle, keeping your right hand reaching forward. That same thing that we did before. With your inhale, begin to round into the spine as you drag your left hand all the way forward, up, and then exhale, back, down, and around, repeating it 2 more times. Inhale, reach it all the way forward, back, down, and around. And one final time. Inhale to reach it forward, back, down, and around. With the next inhale, you reach it all the way forward, stretch up. Exhale into that half puppy. Left hand stretches all the way forward. Rest left elbow, left side of the head on the ground. And again, with the right hand, you could do whatever feels good. So either keeping just the palm of the right hand flat, or you could rest that right forearm down on the ground just to give your shoulder some kind of release. And you should feel really nice stretch in the left armpit and in that left shoulder. Again, we're breathing here for just another 2. Really, really nice. Maybe even that left side of your neck is feeling a nice stretch here as you take another big breath in and a big breath out. Push down with the palm of the right hand, inhale. Exhale, drag your left hand through into a tabletop position. Rinsing out the spine again, inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, round into your spine as you push the ground away. Coming into a neutral spine as we inhale. Pick up your right knee and start to take circles with that right knee, moving in one direction at first. So we've done this before, and I want to remind you to try to keep the rest of your body completely neutral, almost as though you are isolating the movement into the right hip alone, and then take circles in the opposite direction. So notice that the rest of the body stays strong, the palms of the hands are pressing firmly into the ground, the arms are long. Then we'll take an inhale here, cross the right knee behind the left knee, coming into a Gomukhasana child's pose hybrid. Sink your hips all the way back and you should feel a really nice stretch in that left glute. So we'll take just 2 full breaths right here. Let's inhale from the nose. From the nose, exhale. Inhale from the nose. From the nose, exhale. With your next inhale, slowly come back through center into that sort of tabletop. Uncross right knee from the left and kind of fire hydrant the right knee out to the right. Flex into the foot, keep the rest of the body strong and stable. Kick the right foot over to the right, keeping it in the line of the right hip. Can you lift it a centimeter higher here? Inhale. Exhale, gently rest that right foot down in the line of the left knee. Tuck your left toes under as we inhale. Exhale, sink your hips back towards that left heel. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, sink your hips back towards your left heel. And one more time, inhale, bring it up. Untuck your left toes. Exhale, lower your hips back towards your left heel, like we're in a sort of half child's pose, half middle split hybrid. So you can keep the right foot flexed, or if you have the ankle mobility, you can keep the sole of that right foot down. If this is enough of a stretch for the inner right thigh, stay here. If you want a little bit more of a deep stretch in the inner right thigh, then walk your hands over towards the right side and breathe here for another 2. Really nice. Let's take another big breath in. Big breath out. Walk the hands back through center as you inhale. Exhale, make it back through that sort of tabletop shape. Flex the right foot, plug the thigh into the hip joint, and then float the right leg up to the line of the hip. Step it forward outside of both hands. Really, really nice. Easy twist. With your inhale, right arm will stretch all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, wrap the right hand around the lower back here. Roll the right shoulder down the back as you peel the chest open. Ground down through that right big toe mound. Allow the right knee to squeeze to the chest using the inner right thigh muscles. You'll take another inhale right here and another exhale. Inhale, stretch your right arm all the way up. Exhale, open twist. Right hand stays inside of the right foot. Inhale, stretch your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, wrap your left hand around the lower back here. Roll your left shoulder blade down the back as you peel your chest open. Keep the legs active. Press the hips forward. You'll take an inhale right here and an exhale out. Inhale, stretch the left arm back up. Exhale, place the palm of that left hand down. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee from the mat, and step the left foot outside of the left hand, front of the mat. Malasana yogi squat at the front of the mat. Palms of the hands come to touch at heart center. We'll take a deep breath in right here. Exhale, settle the weight of the body towards the heels and the outer edges of the feet. Coming up into some Balasana lifts. So with your inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up to standing, stretch up. Exhale, sit the bum all the way back down into that Malasana. Repeat that 2 more times. So inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, sit low, settle down. 1 more, inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale to sit low and settle down. With the next inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward over the legs. Heel toe the feet into parallel and at hips distance. With your half lift, your hands can come to the shins or stay on the ground. Find a long spine as you look forward. Exhale to fold over your legs. Let's do that just 1 more time. With your inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Good. With your next inhale, half lift, step both feet back. Exhale, high plank. Press down through the fingertips and base knuckles. Feel the shoulder blades protract as they push away from one another. Hug the rib cage into the midline. Take a big breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the sits bones to the ceiling. With your inhale, rock forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sits bones high to the ceiling. And again, let's inhale into that high plank. Exhale for that downward facing dog. With your next inhale, ripple it forward into your high plank. Exhale with as much control as possible. Lower the whole body down to the belly, making our way into some cobra lifts. Feet can be wide or together, depending on how you feel in the lower back. If you know you have a tender lower back, then keep your feet wide. If you don't, then keep your feet and heels together. With your next inhale, peel the chest off of the ground for that cobra lift. Exhale to come all the way back down. Inhale for that cobra, maybe a little bit higher this time. Exhale to come all the way back down. And again, let's inhale for that cobra. Exhale to come all the way back down. Press yourself back into a child's pose as you soften your hips towards your heels. We're taking 1 breath in our child's pose just as a transition and a breath out. Inhale, roll yourself up into that tabletop position. And we're starting to take those same circles on the left leg. So pick up your left knee, taking circles in one direction at first. Again, that same focus of keeping the rest of the body completely still and stable so that you can isolate the movement to the left hip and knee alone. Reverse those circles, moving them in the opposite direction. The arms are long, push down through the palms of the hands. Keep your arms active, and we'll take just 1 more circle here. Cross your left knee behind the right knee, so you're coming into that half cow face, half child's pose. Slowly lower the hips down towards the heels, feeling a really nice stretch through the right glute this time. Take a deep breath in right here. Deep breath out. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale back through center. Fire hydrant your left knee over to the left, bringing it into the line of your left hip. Flex the foot and kick the foot out to the left. Can you lift it a centimeter higher as you inhale? Exhale, lower your left foot to meet the line of the right knee. Tuck the right toes under, inhale. Exhale, sink your hips back towards that right heel. Inhale to lift them back up. Exhale to sink them back down. Inhale to lift. Untuck your right toes now, and exhale, sit the hips down towards the right heel. Again, option to keep the sole of that left foot flat if you have the ankle mobility. However, if that's unavailable to you, flex the foot. We'll take a big breath in right here, and if this feels like enough of a stretch for your hips, stay here. However, if you did it last time and want more, walk your hands towards your left foot as you breathe to the inner left thigh, to the lower back, and to the hips. We'll take another deep breath in, deep breath out, and one more big breath in, big breath out. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat as you inhale. Exhale to lift your hips off of the right foot. Flex the left foot, plug the thigh into the hip joint, lift that left leg. Hold, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot outside of the both hands at the front of the mat. Beautiful. Easy twist. Inhale, stretch your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, half bind around the lower back. Breathe here. Ground down through that left big toe as you hug the left thigh into the chest using the inner thigh muscles. Roll the left shoulder blade down the back as you peel the chest open. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, lower that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Open twist. Inhale, circle that right arm all the way up to the sky. Exhale, wrap that right hand, around the lower back. Roll that right shoulder blade down the back as you peel the chest open. Keep the inner thighs kind of hugging towards one another. As you send your hips forward, you'll take another big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, stretch right arm all the way up. Exhale, lower the right hand down to the ground. Tuck the right toes under, lift the back knee as you inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat outside of the right hand. Low into your Malasana Yogi Squat. We will take those same lifts that we did before. Take a moment here before you start that little sequence. Use the strength of your glutes to open up the knees. So notice when you squeeze into your glutes, how that automatically kind of presses your knees a little further out. Try to stay active in that way in your yogi squat. So with your inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, sit low. And inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, sit the hips nice and low. Really, really nice. We'll take a big breath in right here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, stand up, stretch up. Exhale, hinge as you fold forward, kind of heel toeing the feet into hips distance and parallel. With your inhale, find your half lift. Your hands can stay on the ground or come to the shins. Exhale to fold yourself forward and over your legs. One more time, inhale, find your half lift, look forward. Exhale to fold over the thighs. And with your next inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into your high plank. We'll hold our high plank here as we take a deep breath in. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Really nice. Inhale to ripple it forward into a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, send it back. And inhale to ripple forward into high plank. Exhale, send it back, downward dog. On the next time that you inhale to ripple forward, we'll take a vinyasa. So you'll inhale to ripple forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, the elbows bend back to frame the rib cage. Untuck the toes as you inhale, upward facing dog. Peel the chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog as you send your hips all the way up and back to that downward facing dog here. Let's take a big breath in that down dog and a big breath out. Really nice. Three-legged dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg all the way up. Exhale, bend the knee, start to open the hip, and we'll start to take circles with that right knee. So slowly starting to isolate the movement. Now, remember what this felt like in your tabletop. Try to replicate that same sensation in this down dog. Reverse those circles as you move the knee in the opposite direction here, allowing yourself to get full range in the hip joint. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend the leg back up to the ceiling. Exhale, cross the body, crunch right knee to left elbow. Fallen triangle, right leg extends to the left, back foot falls flat to the mat. Inhale, stretch your left hand up towards the ceiling. Stay for the exhale as you cinch the right side waist. Inhale, bend into your left knee as you sink your hips towards the ground. Exhale, extend your left leg, reach the arm overhead. 2 more times. Inhale, bend the left knee, sink the hips. Exhale, extend leg, reach arm overhead. And again, inhale, bend knee, sink hips. Exhale, extend leg, reach arm overhead. Another breath in. Exhale, left hand down, right knee to left elbow crunch. Inhale, three-legged dog, extend the leg up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Step the right foot outside of the right hand. Really, really good. Allow your hips to sink here. We'll take an inhale as we kind of open through the chest. Exhale, wide lizard. Left hand walks in the direction of the top left corner of the mat. Right hand follows. Breathe here as you allow the weight to be pushed back into the feet. So really use the strength of your arms to press the weight into both feet, grounding through the sole of the right foot, pressing back through the left heel. You'll take another inhale and another exhale. Good. Take a step in with the left hand, so it's underneath the left shoulder. Fallen lunge. Inhale, stretch the right arm up. Exhale, swivel the toes to the right side so the outer edges of both feet come to the mat. Start to sink your left hip towards the ground so that it's just kind of hovering and suspended from the mat. And then inhale, come up into that sort of fallen lunge or the lifted fallen lunge variation as your hip comes away from the ground and the right arm reaches overhead. Let's repeat that movement 2 more times. So with your inhale, that left hip hovers from the mat as you reach back with the right hand. Exhale to lift the hip and stretch the right arm overhead. Inhale, fallen lunge. Exhale, high fallen lunge. Good. Swivel the toes to face the front of the mat now first, and then to the opposite long edge of the mat. So all the way over to the left. The right knee will stay bent in a side squat. Palms of the hands come together to the heart. Send your hips as far back into the heels and as low as you can to the ground. Both feet are completely flat on the mat. Breathe. Another 2. 1 more big breath in. Exhale. If needed, lower your fingertips to extend the right leg. Otherwise, you can keep your hands lifted. Wide-legged fold. So all 10 toes are facing the long edge of the mat that you're looking at. Inhale for a half lift. Send the sits bones high to the ceiling. Exhale, fold as you try to walk your hands through the feet or between the toes. We'll take a big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath in. Big breath out. So good. With your next inhale, let's find a half lift here. Exhale, swivel yourself to the right foot again. So facing the front of the mat once more. Press down with the palms of the hands. Three-legged dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, round and curl that right knee to your nose. Step the foot between your hands. Half moon, right fingertips step in a diagonal from the right pinky toe. Float your left foot off of the ground and that left hand. Start to stack your left hip over the right hip as you try to extend your left toes a little higher to the ceiling. Maybe you can start to look up towards the left thumb if you find your balance. If you're still struggling with finding your stability and your balance, then you can keep your gaze down to the mat. We'll all take another inhale here, and we will all on the exhale turn the gaze down for balance. Swing your left leg forward so that it is just hovering on the inside of the right foot, making our way into standing hand to foot. If it's too much to grab a hold of that left big toe with your left hand, place your left hand behind your left thigh. Otherwise, bring your left hand to that left big toe, right hand to the right waist, and carry your left leg up to standing with you. So if your hand came behind the thigh, the knee is bent, and you carried the leg with you. Otherwise, the leg remained straight. We'll breathe here another 2. Keep that right big toe pressing into the ground, and press the left shoulder blade into the line of the right shoulder blade. Let's take another big breath in right here. Big breath out. And another inhale. And as we exhale, let go of that left leg. If the knee is bent, kick and extend the leg forward. Hold here for a moment. Can you puff your chest a little higher? Exhale, pendulum swing for warrior 3 as that left leg kicks all the way back. We'll take a big breath in, airplane arms as the fingertips stretch to the space behind you. Exhale, slow motion, bend the right knee to step the left foot as far back as you can. Anjaneyasana, lower your left knee to the ground, untuck those back toes. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Stay for the exhale. Activate through the inner thighs. Feel as though the right foot is dragging back as that left knee drags forward. We'll take another inhale here. Exhale, cactus into the arms. Inhale, pull the chest and the chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers, and extend the arms as far back as you can. We'll take another big breath in, and another big breath out. Another big breath in, another big breath out. Beautiful. Bend the elbows as you bring the fists over to that left hip. Keep the right hand there as you inhale, stretch the left hand up to the sky. Exhale, twist as you exalt your low lunge, looking over the right shoulder. Keep the weight in that right big toe mound. Continue to reach and extend through the left fingers as you take a nice big breath in here. Exhale, lower your left hand to the inside of the right foot. You can stay right here if this feels like enough for that left hip flexor and left quad, but if you want that quad stretch, bend the left knee to grab the foot with your right hand. As you breathe here, another 3. Another 2. Good. Let's take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Really good. That left foot will now start to kickstand in the direction of the right leg. So over towards the right long edge of the mat. Baby side angle. Right hand inside of that right foot. Slowly circle that left arm all the way up to the sky and wrap the left hand around the lower back for your half bind. Breathe here. So try to locate your right glute and then activate into that right glute so that the knee can stay pushing out towards the right. We'll take a big breath in right here where we are. Big breath out. Another big breath in. Big breath out. Really good. Inhale, circle that left arm overhead again. Exhale, big transition. Your left hand will circle all the way to the back of the mat, so outside of the left knee, and the fingers are looking towards the short end of the mat. So in the opposite direction of that left knee, modified side plank. That right arm will stretch all the way overhead. Press into the sole of that right foot so that you really feel a beautiful stretch through the right side of the body, even trying to create a sort of rainbow arch here. Notice the cinch of that left waist as you take another big breath in. Exhale, press down through right foot, press down through left hand, revolved side plank as the left knee squeezes into the chest, and hold for 3, for 2, 1. Right hand comes down, extend your left leg all the way up to the ceiling. We're going straight into the left side here. So really try to extend the leg up high and then bend the knee and start to take circles with the hip. I'll bring your attention back to the front, or the beginning of the class rather. And try to, once again here, isolate the movement for the hip joint, and then move and reverse those circles for the opposite direction. Inhale to extend that left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, cross the body. Fallen triangle, left leg extends to the right. Back foot falls flat to the mat as we inhale. Stretch that right arm up to the ceiling. Stay here for the exhale. Good. Inhale, bend the right knee this time as you reach back for that right foot. Exhale, extend the leg, reach overhead. 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knee, sink the hips, reach back. Exhale, extend the leg, reach overhead. And inhale, bend the knee, sink the hips, reach back. Exhale, extend the leg, reach overhead. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Crunch that left knee to the right elbow as you hold. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Lift that left leg all the way up to the ceiling. We'll take a big breath in. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. With your inhale, allow the hips to stay low as you open through the chest here. Big breath out. Good. Walk your hands in the direction or in a diagonal from that right edge, right top edge of the mat. And we'll really press the weight back into the feet. So encourage the right heel to push back, that left big toe to ground down into the mat. We're breathing here. Another 2. And another inhale right here. Good. Take a step in with the right hand. Easy twist. Your left hand will reach up to the sky. Coming into that fallen lunge. So all 10 toes swivel to the left, so to the long edge of the mat. The knife edges of both feet come to the ground. Start to lower the right hip just to hover off of the mat like you're suspended from the ground. And then lift the hip up. Let's repeat that 2 more times. So with your inhale, lower the right hip as you reach back with your left hand. Exhale to lift and reach overhead. And then inhale and exhale. Good. Making our way back into that side squat. So your left toes swivel to the short end of the mat and then all the way to the opposite long edge. The left knee stays bent the whole time and the hands come to heart center. We'll breathe here. Another 2. Weight is in the heels. Press the left knee out. 1 more big breath in. And again, you can lower your hands or you can keep the hands lifted as you extend the left leg and then readjust your feet and your hands as needed for that wide-legged fold. We'll take an inhale as we find a long spine. Exhale this time, go ahead and grab a hold of your legs as you pull upper body towards lower body, allowing the vertebra in the neck to be completely relaxed here so that you can feel the head just kind of hanging in space, almost like gravity has the opposite effect on you, because it kind of does have the opposite effect on you when you are upside down like this. Good. Let's take an inhale for our half lift. Exhale, spin yourself to the left foot. Frame the left foot. We're moving back into 3-legged dog. Inhale, stretch that left leg high up towards the sky. Push down through the palms. Exhale, round and curl that knee to your nose. Step the foot between the hands, half moon. Left hand takes a step diagonal of the left pinky toe and slowly float right foot and right hand from the ground. If available, if you feel stable, look up to the right thumb. Focus primarily on stacking right hip over left hip and pointing the right toes as high to the ceiling as possible. We'll take another big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in, big breath out. Slowly look down for balance as you take an inhale. Circle that right foot to just hover on the inside of the left foot, grabbing a hold either of that right big toe or behind the right thigh, or standing hand to foot. Bring the left hand to the left waist as you kick the right leg in front of you. So again, if you grabbed behind the knee is bent and you are holding the leg in the air. If you grabbed the big toe, the leg is extended, and you are focusing on finding your balance through the left big toe and through the sole of the left foot as a whole. Pull the right shoulder blade back into place as you take a nice big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath in. Big breath out. Keep the leg lifted, release the hold of the toe. If the knee is bent, extend the leg forward, hold here. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades together as you puff your chest up. Another breath in. Exhale, pendulum swing the right leg all the way back behind you. Keeping the leg in the air, airplane your arms, allowing the leg and the crown of the head to come into a long line here. We'll take another big breath in. And as we exhale, slow motion, bend the left knee for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. The right foot will step all the way back as you lower the knee to the mat. Untuck those toes. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up and overhead here. And an exhale. Another inhale. And an exhale. Again, big breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms, bend the elbows. Inhale to tilt the chest up high. Exhale, stretch the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and really try to extend the arms here as you puff the chest up a little higher towards the sky above. We'll take another big breath in here. Big breath out. Bend the elbows to bring the fists over to the right hip. Keep your left hand there as you inhale, reach your right hand up. Exhale, exalt the low crescent as you look over the left shoulder, reaching overhead with the right hand. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Lower the right hand to the inside of the left foot, either staying here for this twist, or if you did it last time, bend the right knee, grab the right foot here for a really nice quad stretch in galaxy pose. We'll breathe here, another 3, another 2, and let's take one more big breath in. As you exhale, now the right foot will kickstand over towards the left long edge of the mat. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Baby side angle, right arm will circle all the way to the lower back for that half bind. And again, try to locate your left glute so that the knee will press out and away from the left arm so that you can continue to press your chest up towards the ceiling and open through the heart space. We'll breathe here, another 2. Good, one more big breath in. Good, with your next inhale, circle that right arm overhead. Big transition here, the right arm will spin all the way to the back of the mat. Fingers face away from the right knee. Readjust the body as needed. Your left arm will stretch and reach overhead, finding a beautiful long line through the left side of your body. And really breathe into that left side as you cinch through the right. Beautiful. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath. Exhale, push down through the left foot and right hand, revolved side plank. Hold the right knee into the chest for another 3. You're doing amazing. Another 2. And 1, 3-legged dog. We're coming into our final sequence of practice. Left hand comes down, right leg extends all the way up to the ceiling. Really point those toes high as you inhale. Exhale, make your way through that same sort of fallen lunge transition. Crunch the right knee to the left elbow, kick the right foot out, and then you're coming into a straddle seat. So the right leg kicked to the long edge of the mat, the left leg kind of stayed extended towards the back of the mat. Place your fingertips between your legs here. Take an inhale as you find a really long spine. Exhale, walk your hands away from the body. You can keep the arms extended or lower the elbows depending on what feels best in your body. Let's take another 3. Another 2. Good. Let's take one more big breath in. Excellent. Press into the fingertips, lift the chest, walk your hands back into the body. Coming out the same way we came in. So the right hand will come behind you, the fingers face towards the front of the mat. So come into that same fallen triangle. The toes drop to the right and you lift your hips for the left hand to come down, three-legged dog. Right leg will stretch all the way back up as we take a nice big inhale. Exhale, squeeze your knee to your nose. Step the foot between the hands. Standing split, your left leg will point the toes all the way up towards the ceiling as you lift your left leg off of the ground. So we'll take an inhale to find a long spine. Think of almost like a modified warrior 3. Exhale, fold over that standing leg for your standing split. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, tap the right calf with the left knee. So the left knee will bend towards the right calf. Repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, kick the leg back, long spine. Exhale, fold over the right leg, standing split. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, tap the right calf. One final time. Inhale, kick the leg back, long spine. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, tap left knee to right calf, and we're coming into a twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. That left knee will come crossed behind the right ankle as you sit your hips low. So while your hips soften towards the ground, that right ankle is crossed over the left knee. The right hand will come behind your back. Inhale, the left arm high. Exhale, hook your left elbow over the right knee and look over the right shoulder. As you breathe here, another 2. Really good. We'll take another big breath in, big breath out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, unravel the twist as you bow over to the left. With your next inhale, come back up through center, and we're making our way into pigeon. The left leg is going to be forward first. So pigeon on the left leg first. The right leg will extend forward, and then try to sweep it all the way back, readjusting the body as much as needed to soften into that pigeon pose. We'll take a big breath in before folding forward to really puff the chest up. And exhale, fold forward and over that left thigh. We'll breathe here another 3. Really good. Breathe here another 2. Beautiful. Let's take one more big breath in. Amazing. Slowly press into the hands as you lift your chest. Tuck the back toes under, three-legged dog. Your left leg will reach up and back. So we're going straight into the left side as we have been kind of seamlessly transitioning this whole practice. So with that three-legged dog, you'll inhale the left leg high. Exhale, think of that same fallen triangle transition as the left knee comes to the right elbow. Extend your left leg over to the right and come back into that straddle seat. So the left leg kicked and extended to the outer left side of the mat, and the right leg kept itself straight to the back of the mat. Fingertips between the legs, and again, we'll find a long spine, flex or point through the toes, whatever feels more active for you. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward and over your legs as we breathe here, another 3. Breathe here, another 2. And let's take another big breath in, big breath out. Really nice. Slowly with your next inhale, we're coming out the same way we came in, just like last time. Your left hand will come behind you, drop all 10 toes to the left, lift the hips off of the ground, three-legged dog. Your left leg will squeeze into the chest as it stretches and extends all the way back up. Exhale, knee to nose to step the left foot between your hands, standing split as the right leg floats off of the ground and kicks up towards the ceiling. So you'll take an inhale, think of a modified warrior 3 as the fingertips stay down and the spine lengthens. Exhale for that standing split to extend the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, bend the right knee to tap the right knee to the left calf. Repeat 2 more times. Inhale, extend the leg and spine. Exhale, standing split, fold over the left leg. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, tap the left calf with the right knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, tap that left calf. And then coming into that twist, slide the right knee down behind the left ankle as the hips sit low. The left hand will come behind you. Inhale, reach right arm up. Exhale, hook the right elbow over the left knee. Look over the left shoulder in your twist. We're here for another 2. A deep breath in. Good. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, unravel the spine as you kind of counter the twist in the right direction. Good. With your next inhale, we're coming back up and we're taking that same transition into pigeon, this time pigeon on the right leg. So lift and extend your left leg here and then swing it all the way to the back of the mat, readjusting the body as much as needed. The fingertips are on the ground here so that we can first inhale, lift through the chest, and exhale, fold forward and over the right leg. And just breathe here for another 3. Breathe here for another 2. And we'll breathe here for another nice big breath in. Really nice. With the next inhale, press into the hands to lift the chest. Tuck your back toes under. 3-legged dog, that right leg extends all the way up. And then you'll take tiny steps to the front of the mat, starting with that right foot, and then the left foot follows. And we're just kind of following these tiny steps to the front of the mat until we get there. At the front of the mat, we'll take our half lift and fold over your legs. Beautiful. Nice deep bend in the knees to set the hips all the way towards the heels. Allow the bum to meet the ground. Savasana, boat pose. Hold for another 3. Lift the chest towards the thighs. Breathe here, another 2. Stay active through the core. And let's take one more big breath in. Exhale, slow motion. Start to lower yourself into your low boat, Ardha Navasana. Lower back comes to the mat as your legs extend all the way forward. Prioritize keeping your lower back glued to the mat here. We're taking another 2. And another big breath in. Exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. So good. Let's take a big breath in here and a big breath out. Really nice. Extend your left leg all the way forward as the right knee stays hugged in, and then take a twist as that right knee will drop to the left. Extend the right arm over to the right and just breathe into the right side body. We're taking another 2. Let's take another big breath in, big breath out. Inhale to slowly bring that right knee back in through center, and then squeeze the left knee in as well so that both knees can be hugged into the chest. You'll take a deep breath in here and a big breath out. Extend the right leg all the way forward as you take a deep breath in, hugging your left knee into the chest. Exhale, drop your left knee over to the right for a twist. Your left arm extends to the left. And we'll breathe here, taking another 2. And another big breath in. Slowly with your next inhale, hug the left knee in and the right knee in again, hugging both knees into the chest as you take a deep breath in. Exhale, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. The soles of the feet come together as the knees come apart. Your hands will rest wherever it feels good, either placing your hands over the belly or by your side, or wherever it feels most comfortable and safe for you. We'll take a big breath in from the nose and a big sigh out through the mouth. Another deep breath in. Big sigh out. Allow yourself just to start to soften the breath, making it almost effortless here. Encouraging the body to become so still and so relaxed that the weight of gravity allows you to become completely supported by the mat beneath you. All of the little muscles in the face begin to let go of tension. The jaw unhinges. And we can feel the grounding sensation of all of the hard work that we put into our practice. Encouraging us to stay still, to stay present, to stay mindful of our breath, our body, and our practice. We'll take another big breath in and a big breath out. Slowly starting to wiggle the fingers, roll out the wrists, hands to the outer thighs as you squeeze the knees in towards one another. Slowly drop your knees over to one side for a fetal position and allow yourself a moment to begin to transition from your final rest and the rest of your day. When you feel like you're ready, we'll make our way up into a comfortable seat, collecting the palms of the hands together at the heart and taking one final cleansing breath as we inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Inhale, thumbs to third eye, recognizing mind, intellect, intuition. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest, recognizing light, life, and love within. Thank you so much for taking the time to move your body, and mostly thank you for trusting me and guiding you. I hope that this class was helpful in creating a little bit more mindfulness in your practice, moving in a way that you can connect to breath, movement, and mind. And so if you did enjoy this class, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe even share it with a friend or a loved one. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.